I think a lot of marketers are chasing the wrong thing. They're chasing perfection, the perfect campaign or ad, the perfect piece of content, the perfect launch, the perfect hook or thumbnail, the perfect whatever it is. And in the process, they stop producing altogether. They spend weeks polishing something that their audience would have been perfectly happy seeing 3 weeks ago. Meanwhile, someone else is building trust, not because their content is necessarily better, but because their audience is seeing them more often. And that got me thinking about something. And this is an interesting way to look at it. Take your best friend, for example. Your best friend isn't your best friend because of one perfect interaction. Nobody meets somebody once and thinks, that's it. We've had an incredible conversation. This person is now my best friend forever. That's not how humans work. A best friend becomes a best friend because of dozens or hundreds of positive interactions over time. A ride home, a funny story, a great conversation, a favor, a shared experience, a night of bonding. None of those moments need to necessarily or particularly be remarkable by themselves, but together they build trust, they build familiarity, they build connection, and eventually they build a relationship. And I think marketing works exactly the same way. I think a lot of marketers are secretly looking for the one thing, the campaign that changes everything, the ad that goes viral, the piece of content that finally breaks through. And don't get me wrong, those things happen, but most of the time, that's not how trust is built. Trust is usually built the same way friendships are built. One interaction at a time, one touch point at a time, one good experience at a time, until eventually people feel like they know you. And that's important because humans trust what becomes familiar. We like what we repeatedly encounter. We remember what we repeatedly encounter. And there's actually a psychological principle called the mere exposure effect. The basic idea is that people tend to develop preferences for things they've simply been exposed to repeatedly. Not perfectly, repeatedly. And when I learned that, and I was able to apply it consistently, it significantly upgraded whatever I was working on. And sure, it takes time and effort. But I realized something. A lot of marketers optimize for quality at the expense of frequency. Now, before someone clips that out of context, I'm not saying quality doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. You need enough quality to be respected, but you also need enough frequency to be remembered. Because if nobody sees you, it doesn't matter how good your content is. And I think perfectionism disguises itself as something noble. It disguises itself as quality control because it feels productive and it feels responsible. It feels like you're raising the standards. But a lot of times it's just fear. Fear of being judged or being wrong. Fear of putting something putting something imperfect into the world. Fear that this one piece of content won't be good enough. And while you're polishing the shit out of it, someone else is building trust. And not because they're smarter or more talented. And it's not because their content is better either. It's because they're showing up over and over and over again. Think about your favorite brands. Most of them didn't earn your trust because this one amazing ad. They earned it through consistency. Consistent experiences and messaging. Consistent products and delivery. One interaction rarely creates trust. Repeated interactions do. The same thing is true for creators too. I see creators all the time holding content hostage from themselves. I've done it. They have this great idea. A post, a video, a project, whatever it is. And instead of publishing it, they spend days trying to perfect it. Sometimes they spend weeks. Sometimes they never publish it at all. And the audience never gets the opportunity to build familiarity with them. Perfection prevents repetition. And repetition is where trust is built. And just let me be clear, I'm not giving you some hall pass to make shitty stuff. I'm saying give your stuff a chance to connect in this chaotic world. And that that chance only comes through consistency with the right people. So if I had to summarize this whole idea into one sentence, it would be this. It would be, trust is built through being prolific, not perfect. Your best friend isn't your best friend because of one moment. They're your best friend because of hundreds of good moments. And marketing works exactly the same way. The brands that win, the creators that grow, the businesses that survive are usually not the ones producing perfect content. They're the ones consistently creating valuable interactions over and over and over again until trust becomes inevitable. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week.